Hi everyone, welcome back. Yeah, today looks totally different, doesn't it? But I had such feminine things on the table from my reading yesterday that I wanted to bring something different to the table. I do have some more tea leaf fortune card readings to do, but I wanted to have a little bit of fun in between. And this is quite a unique deck that I found about 7 years ago. It is from 2007, a Lo Scarabeo deck, and I found it in a bookstore. And they had one shelf behind the till with various tarot cards and oracles. And this is the one that I picked up. It is just so pretty. And I must say, there is some nudity, but it's all very tastefully done. So this is an oracle that you could turn to if you had questions about love, relationships. It really does divide the deck quite uniquely. There's 32 cards, and it is by Laura Tuan. If I can get it into focus there. And you do get a hint of the cards on the back there. So I found it would be quite wonderful to read for women or couples, whatever. And it did come with quite a substantial book. And the information that you got was quite great. In the front, there were some spreads that could be tried. The one that I found interesting actually was in the little white book, because you get this deck inside that box. So a little Sibylla deck, and here you have the layout. And it just suggested to do the 5-card layout as a starter, and 1 would indicate the quality of the relationship, 2 your feelings, 3 your partner's feelings, 4 would be what unleashes your desires, and 5, future developments of the relationship. So you get the little tiny booklet. Come on, baby. There you go. And you can see here that it divides the cards in 4, but it's also done with color sequencing. So if you've got 1, 2, up to number 6 of one color, this is all the prelude, they call it. The time before the encounters, that enticement. 7 to 16, you get quite a few in that one. And that is for erotic actions. The next one, 17 to 26, takes in emotions. And the last one, 27 to 32, that's sort of like the epilogue, how it all goes. So I thought we'd take a little peek at the cards. And I must say, yes, I'll have to zoom in and move the camera down a little bit. Okay, so you're looking at card 1 in the first sequence. And you can see that that one is about expectations. And isn't it just delightful? It's light, it's airy. She's there on her balcony in her little shift, and it is just so darn cute. There's number 2 card. The propositioning. 3, provocation. The style, the clothing, everything is just delightful. There's 4. And if I move that a little closer, I think that brings it better into focus. Come on. Seduction. There we go. There is mischief. Number 6, coyness. You see the artist at his easel there. And number 7 is entitled Ogle. That little young boy down below. So now with number 7, we're getting into more the sequence of erotic type cards. There's our kiss. The caress. And there is taste, style. There is the undress. And the shadows and the clothing, as I say, the light is really, really pretty. There's the whisper. The embrace. The colors are beautiful there. The play. Possess. And 16 completes the erotic section, and that one is called transgress. Okay, so these ones move more into emotions. So our arousal, complicity, that is just so cute. There is passion. Involvement. That one's pretty too. Jealousy. Indifference. Boredom. Love the hat. Embarrassment. Guilt. Caught in the act. And 26 is the last card for emotions. Then we go to the epilogue. Ecstasy. Pleasure. Dissatisfaction. It's neat with the bucket of cold water. Dominion. Submission. And loss. C'est la vie. So they are really nice. The cardstock isn't bad at all. And this is what the backs look like. So when I was using the cards, I thought, I wrote out a whole bunch of things to give ideas to it. And some of this was included in the book. And you can see that if the fuchsia cards weren't there, courtship needs time. Lack of purple need to act fast or lose out. Not having any orange or red, a fantasy but nothing to build on. And lack of red, the affair reaches the apex, possibly needs some direction, and so on. So it was just so cute. I did manage to write out a couple of the layouts that I could try. And I found also, I'll move this out of the way, I found that actually there is a site called tinyrituals.co, and it is written a blog style, and it's by a woman called Brett Larkin. Now she says there's over 21 different crystals that you can use to enhance sexuality. And I thought that was fascinating. So if you had an agate, now I believe this is an agate. I'm not a professional gemstone aficionado. I guess that is the word. I don't know. But some of the agates, she said, you can use those to actually get your point across as to what you want in a relationship and what you need sexually. And the rose quartz was neat because it really does bring that sense of softness, of love, and filling your body with love. And she said citrine, which I have one here, is a good gemstone for playfulness. And the selenite was good to raise libido. And it is just a great read. So again, that's Brett Larkin of tinyrituals.co. Just found the site today. And I thought that some people might be interested in this. So many people are doing love readings, but that takes in a whole gamut of things. And if you're trying to work through situations, and it even says in the book here that these cards can be used from number 1 on just to bring relationships and the steps that we go through to the forefront. And I thought that was really neat. The 32 cards, when read sequentially, summarize all the passages of fundamental steps of an erotic relationship. How cool. And that it's so tastefully done. And you can play the game, it says, with the different layouts. And, introduce it to another person and have fun and discuss some of the cards that come up. And just play the game of love, of romance. And I think that these are delightful. And as I say, the book does give an awful lot of hints as to what some of the meanings could be. But it might be fun, Sit with your lover, have a glass of wine, play the cards, and open up that dialogue of what each person is looking for in a relationship. So just a short little ditty to show you. And maybe, I might just shuffle for a second here and we'll lay out 5 cards so that we can get a little idea of what they look like on the table. And they do shuffle not too bad. They're not as springy as they could be. I don't think there are reversals in this. Let me just check. It's quite a few languages there. It does talk about blessing the deck as well. So there's our layouts. No, I don't see any reversals, but it does talk about what you're seeing in the cards, the significance of the words, and your interpretation and where it falls. If it's in position 1, 2, 3, 4, then you can skip into reading exactly what they say it could mean, but you can use your intuition too. So for fun, let's just lower the cards onto the... Okay, so this would be position 1. So that goes there. And if I looked at over here, so that's the quality of the relationship. 2 would be your feelings. 3, your partners. 4, what unleashes your desires. And 5, future developments. So, and this is what it could look like when you turn them all over. And I'm sure you could play around with different shapes to make the cards really talk. I might be thinking more of a heart shape if it was possible. But I'll move this again so you can see right over top. So that's a bit better view. And you could play around with different gemstones and crystals, whatever one suits you and your partner. And, look at the cards, talk about them, and see where it leads conversation-wise. And if you can access some of those feelings and thoughts of a relationship and bring it out in the open as a game, as fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed these cards.